From strengthening their bond as roommates to a possible romance between the pair, Wednesday and Enid's relationship is key to Season 2. First, let's talk about their unlikely friendship. When fans first saw Wednesday and Enid in the same frame, the screen couldn't be more divided, like literally. From all the colors in Enid's rainbow to Wednesday's monotone palette, it didn't seem like the two would hit it off, considering they're polar opposites of each other. But to our surprise, the two formed a relationship that the show couldn't be imagined without. And whether they become possibly romantically involved or not, their relationship is still integral to Wednesday's second season. If you think about it, compared to her potential romances with fellow psychic Xavier Thorpe, or one-sided love Tyler, who was revealed as the Hyde, Wednesday's most important, well-developed, and totally fleshed-out relationship has been the one with her roommate. And that's what makes them so compelling to watch. Now, knowingly or unknowingly, Enid has been a big part of Wednesday's arc. Season 1 gave us an emotionally closed-off Wednesday, one who wasn't even remotely open to the idea of Nevermore, let alone forming new friendships, but it ended with the most shocking twist. Now, I'm not talking about Tyler being a crazy lovesick monster. I'm talking about Wednesday becoming caring enough to willingly give Enid a hug. Come on, that was huge. The character growth on Wednesday's part is thanks to Enid's presence in her life. Even though in the beginning she hated Enid's whole sunshine and rainbows persona, it's pretty evident that the she-wolf has made quite an impact in the most Wednesday positive way. So going forward, it's important to keep this core aspect of the show alive, because seeing these two together is not only wholesome, it's integral to the show's future. But their growing bond does beg one particular question: will Enid and Wednesday be romantically involved in Season 2? At the moment, there's no confirmation on whether the two will become a couple. Other than Wednesday's love triangle in Season 1, Enid has her own heterosexual love interest, Ajax, the Gorgon. But co-creator of the show, Miles Miller, claims that there's a possibility that there could be more to their relationship, even if that wasn't their intention to begin with. Interesting. The two roommates have already given us some hilarious moments of banter, and times when they've clearly cared for each other, so there's definitely a dynamic where that can be explored. Also, by streamlining the two's friendship as an element of their character development, Wednesday's Season 2 storyline makes even more room for the two characters to be shipped together as a couple.
Altogether ookie.
Yeah, I'm gonna pin you as an altogether ookie person.
I think you're mysterious.
Thank you.
The fans have been very vocal about this too. Amongst all of the titular characters' love interests, the loudest response after the show's debut was that she should be with Enid. Co-creator Alfred Goff mentioned that the writers are definitely paying attention to what the fans are saying.
Well, Miles and I, and it's been, 3.5 years. So Miles and I had this idea in the spring of 2019.
Will respond accordingly. But despite all that, Season 2 should focus on developing their friendship on a deeper level before having their characters take a step toward romance. Plus, there's so much to unpack in the aftermath of all the things that happened at Nevermore. So maybe the potential romance can pause for a bit. And now that we know Season 2 is on the way, perhaps we can see more of the Addams family themselves. It felt like Season 1 only barely scratched the surface of the family characters, who, by the way, are phenomenal in their roles. I mean, Catherine Zeta-Jones makes for an iconic Morticia. Plus, the relationship between mother and daughter is also quite essential to the show. In fact, her psychic visions have actually brought her closer to her mother. Even though their abilities couldn't be more different, Morticia sees happy moments in her visions, while Wednesday only sees darkness. Her visions could potentially drive her to insanity if she's unable to control them. After her parents left Nevermore, Wednesday also began to let go of the disdainful feelings she had towards her mother in particular. The idea of Wednesday trying to form her own path outside of the family is central to her character's development and growth. But now that she's gotten more tuned in to her visions, is it possible that Season 2 might see Wednesday discover more of her powers? While she may not be able to conjure them up on demand, she does experience them when she touches an object that could possibly trigger her psychic abilities. But controlling these psychic powers seems to be a recurring issue as Wednesday's powers grow stronger. At first, her visions are hazy and brief, almost like strange dreams. Her body snaps upright, and her eyes open wide, staring at the ceiling. But as the visions become more powerful, Wednesday sees herself completely immersed in another time and space. Sometimes she can even interact with the people in the visions. Remember that scene with Goody Adams? She even seeks out Goody's help to hone these powers of hers. But Goody, in true psychic fashion, tells her you can't control a raging river, so you have to learn how to go with the flow. Okay, I kinda get what you mean, Goody.
Well, I read episode 104 pretty early on, and we didn't know what song we were going to be using. We didn't know what the situation was. Initially, they wanted a flash mob, but I thought, no, there's no way Wednesday would be cool dancing and encouraging a bunch of people.
Now, poor Principal Weems also warned Wednesday of her powers. She told her student they're unpredictable and may not even tell her the entire truth, which quite frankly makes them dangerous. Perhaps Season 2 could offer some insight into whether Wednesday finally finds a way to navigate these psychic abilities. It could also explore if they become more of a help or hindrance as she progresses forward. But I think there's one key aspect that needs to be unlocked before Wednesday can start discovering new things about her powers: her past. You see, I definitely feel like there's more to Wednesday's past than we know right now. Take her parents, for example. There was a whole backstory that was revealed in Season 1 when Morticia and Gomez were students at Nevermore themselves. That revelation entirely changed Wednesday's relationship with her parents for the better. Even seeing Goody Adams in a vision seems like no coincidence. Hell, Goody even looks exactly like Wednesday. There's gotta be more to it than what we've seen. There are definitely a few missing pieces in the puzzle right now, and Season 2 could unveil the mystery of Wednesday's past. We know she gets her powers from her mother, like passed down and all, but could there be an explanation that ties this all together? And is Goody Adams involved in this explanation? Maybe there's a high chance we'll be seeing her again. I'd definitely love that. In fact, a whole new season also means one thing we can all look forward to: a bunch of brand new characters. I definitely hope the showrunners take the unexpected route and go for new plot twists and characters to match them. Perhaps some of these new characters could even help Wednesday in her own journey. Who knows? I mean, I'm sure Enid will be by her side for the new semester at Nevermore. They'll probably opt to be roomies again, which will probably make their friendship even stronger. As for Wednesday's ex-love interest, Xavier Thorpe, whom we now know was wrongfully accused of being the Hyde, what'll happen to his character? He was having such vivid visions of the monster and drawing those creepy but detailed drawings. Will we be able to see more of his visions explored in Season 2? Or will we possibly get an introduction to his famous father, a seer? Lots of questions for the next installment. Well, there you have it. Those were all the reasons why Wednesday and Enid's relationship is key to Season 2.